I'll be walking down the high street and people go, Chris? No, it's John. You look like so much like Thor. And I go, I know. It's just how it is.
That must be hard to live with.
It's difficult. All right, we ready?
Yep.
Hey team, so we're going to be delivering some videos on time. Yes, I know it's an interesting topic, but it's a really important one. I'm going to guarantee that if you follow these very simple steps, you're going to get more time so you can do whatever it is that you want. So listen up, because I'm about to teach you some stuff. Okay, so if you want to start getting some time, the first thing you've got to understand is time management doesn't exist. It's an absolute fallacy. Never go on a time management course because you cannot manage time. Doesn't matter how much you look at that clock, it's still going to keep on ticking. The only thing that you can manage is the task that you do. So either making sure that you're more prepared, more planned, or not doing the stupid stuff that you find yourself doing. So here's step one. If you're serious about getting some time back, if you're not, maybe go and watch another video. Right, so the first step, if you're super focused on getting more time, is understanding where your time is going. So first and foremost, time management doesn't exist. It will always be a continuation, right? You can't focus on the clock and it slows down. The only thing that you can manage is the stuff that you do within the time that you have. So the first thing that I want you to start doing is diarising what you do, okay? So this is going to take a little bit of self-discipline, but again, if you want to be a great leader, great owner, self-discipline is one of the things that you should be doing. I need you to start diarising what you do, first and foremost, okay? When you do it, and more importantly, the length of time that it takes to do those things. So what, when, and length. I need you to do this for a month. Now, if anybody wants a very simple little tool, I'm happy to give that away. Please send me an email at Jon Asquith at ActionCOACH.co.uk and I'll make sure you get a super tool to help you log your time. But I need you to focus on those three things. What you're doing, when you're doing it, and how long it's taking you to do those things. So let's say you start at 9 o'clock and the first thing you do is you look at your emails and that's taking you 15 minutes. On your time log, that's emails, 15 minutes. Next thing you do is, I don't know, make some phone calls to customers to make sure that the people that are supposed to be on site are on site. So that's another 15 minutes. I don't know, do management of people on site, whatever that is. Do this for a month. What you'll do is you'll start seeing that there's patterns to what you're doing. So this is, actually Ricky Gervais made me think about this a few years ago. He was on a radio show, I think it was, I want to say David Bacon. I want to say David Bacon? I don't know whether it was David Bacon. Richard Bacon, thank you. Yes, he was on Richard Bacon's TV show and he got Carl Pilkington on the phone and he was asking Carl what he was doing. And he was saying, I'm tidying the bathroom. And he said, see, well, I spoke to you about this before. You shouldn't be tidying your bathroom because you earn more than a tiler.
But Carl...
No, you've never done it in your life.
No, I don't. No, I get paid more than a tiler, so it would be mad for me to spend my time tiling. I wouldn't be saving money, I'd be losing money.
You should never do things that you get paid more to do. So, for instance, if people pay me £1,000 an hour to do stuff, I should never do £500 an hour work because that is costing me £500 to do that. If I'm worth 50 quid an hour and I'm doing stuff that I can employ someone to do £15 an hour for, I should never do that because whenever I'm focused on doing the £15 an hour stuff, I can't do the £50 an hour stuff, right? So you've got to be super focused on what you're doing, how long it's taking, and when you're doing it so you can see what patterns are occurring. This might highlight the fact that you need to recruit an administrator because 30% of your time is spent doing administration tasks. If you're a plumber, you can command 25, 50 pounds an hour, right? An administrator, a really good one, you can get for between 10 and 15 pounds an hour. So why would you ever do that? Like if you're not on site doing new bathrooms, that's costing you 15 quid an hour. So make sure that you do that for a month. Then we'll get on to step 2. The second thing that you've got to focus on, once you've done your time log, so you know where your time's going, what are you doing it, and when you're doing it, you can then focus on what systems you need to start creating. This is where most companies fail when it comes to recruitment, and it's the age-old saying, I just can't find good people. That's a fallacy. What you're doing is you're turning good people bad because you don't have great systems. The better systems that you have, the better your people will become. Because if you're always doing things the way that you've always done them, everybody else will always do things the way that they've always done them. If you've got a system, they'll always do what the system does. So once you've done your time log and you've realised some of the stuff that you're doing you probably shouldn't be doing, the first thing you need to do is to create a system. Now a system must have 3 things. The first thing is how to. So how to complete a certain task. If you find that you're spending 3 hours a week answering the phone, You need to create a system of how to answer the phone. So what you say and what information you get and where that information goes. Just think about that for a second. The moment that you create that system and you hire that person to do it, if you're spending 3 hours a week or 2 hours a week or even 30 minutes a week answering the phone, you've got that time back forever. You never lose that 30 minutes ever again. 30 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but when you actually start bringing it up, that's about 2.5 hours a week. That's 8 to 10 hours a month. That's 80 to 120 hours a year. Just think about that. 120 hours that you can get back at the end of a year, 3 weeks off. Just let that sink in, just by creating a simple system so you don't have to answer the phone. So the first thing is how to. The second thing is what to. So you do this is how to do it. The second thing is what to do. So that's login information on the CRM system or whatever. And the third thing is when to do it. How, what, and when. So how to do the task, what to do when you're doing the task, and when you should complete certain things from that task. So if we look at answering the phone, how to answer the phone, what to say, and when to do stuff with the information that you've got. So that might be answer the phone this way, say this stuff, and add it to the CRM system immediately. So that's how to create a super simple system. So not only when you're recruiting people does it make your job easier, it also makes their job easier as well. The easier it is for your employees to do their job, the better job they'll do. Don't fall into, well, this is the way that I've always done it, so people must just follow that. You know, you're not a dictator. Let's have a great system in place that can follow a great system. Once you've worked out what you're doing and you've created a great system, we can then work on number 3. So number 3 is different depending on what stage of business you're at. So if you're at a stage where you have people in place, you can now start to delegate things, not abdicate it. Remember, if you've not got a system, it's impossible to delegate. What you're doing is just abdicating your responsibility onto someone else. That's when I just can't find good people happens. It's not that you can't find good people, it's just that they don't have a simple instruction of what to do, so they'll just do it their way, which is often wrong to your way. Once you've got a great system in place, you can then delegate. If you haven't got a great system, what you need to do is to hire great people. So for you guys, what you need to do is to go onto my YouTube channel, type in Jon Asquith, just put some funny graphics in here, Andrew, Jon Asquith onto YouTube, and you'll find a video on how to hire great people. Once you've hired someone, then you can go to number 3. So we have 3 very simple stages on how to delegate something. This all comes down to showing first. So the first thing that you've got to do is don't just give somebody a system and expect them to do it. It's going to fall over. Again, that's abdication of responsibility. You're a responsible leader. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to sit with them and run through the system. So in essence, show you. You're going to show someone how to do something. The second thing that you do, and often I see this with leaders that are really good until this point, is once you've communicated, you automatically assume that someone knows what they're doing. Trust me, you explain something to anyone, and whether they understand it or not, if you ask them, do you understand? They'll always say yes, because they don't want to come across as stupid. Nobody wants to feel stupid, so we always go, yeah, and we'll think about how we can work it out later. So once you've shown someone, ask them that question. So do you understand how to follow this system? You're always going to get the same answer, which is yes. This is where the next bit comes in, which is show me. So now you're going to go, great, show me what I've just shown you. Show me how to do this system. Okay, so I do this, I do that, and I do that. And what you'll tend to find is there's normally a flaw. Don't give in. Give this person time. Remember, this is going to get you, I think I said 80 earlier, but it's actually 96 to 120 hours a week back if it's taking you 30 minutes a week to do this. Is it worthwhile giving them a couple of hours to get the system right? Absolutely, because you get that 100 hours a week back, for 100 hours a year back forever. Give them the time. Go through it. Even if they make 17 mistakes, it doesn't matter. You're going to get the time back eventually. So the second thing is show me. Show me how to do that. Now that might take a couple of hours. Once that's done, that's it. You're free from that task forever. So their job is to modify the system if it needs modifying. If they've got improvements, which often good administrators will improve your systems because they're better at that than you are. I'm sorry, but it's true. You're a great business owner, but you might not be great at creating systems. If they can improve it, let them improve it. Once they've done that for 4 to 6 weeks, you know that repetition, it's now ingrained in them. This is where the third one, the big kicker comes in, which is you get them to teach other people. Because once they get great at following systems, actually they should be earning more money, right? If they're good at writing systems, they could theoretically become your ops manager. So the more that they can delegate, the higher up the ladder they can do as well. So you sort of start this self-perpetuating system of constant and never-ending improvement in your organization. So they're the three very simple things. The first thing is show you. So you're going to show someone how to use the system. The second thing is show me. You're going to get them to show you how to use the system. And third and foremost, you're going to get that person to start teaching everyone else. You do that and you become the master of time. Let's go through those three things. First and foremost, log what you do so you can see where you're being stupid. It happens to us all. The second thing is start creating great systems. The third thing is delegate to great people. If you do that, you become the master of time. I'd love to hear from you in the next 4 to 8 weeks to find out how much time you've got back by following those three simple things. See you on the other side, guys.